Hello YouTube, this is the Game Collectors 007 with Garret7002 and
Tony42.
and also we have a special guest today. Tony42's little brother, Lil Shawn, as we will be calling him. As you
He
can
might
see, I'm
appear
gonna
in
be
more.
yes, but as you can see, I'm gonna be making a favorite soul, customized Drow Elf male. I'm gonna be putting the strength at a 12 for the short sword that I'm gonna get as a favored by Volkior. I'm going to put my wisdom up to 18 for the offensive spell power, and my charisma up to 16 for the spell points and spell casting ability. Next, I'm going to be putting 4 on concentration, 1 on diplomacy, and 1 on heal. The 1 on heal is because heal affects your healing stat. Who knew? Now, I'm also going to be putting 1 on jump and 1 on swim, mostly because as a favorite soul you don't get very good of those stats. As I said, I'm going to be favored by Volkior. If you know how to pronounce that, please tell me. I'm having trouble with it. As you can tell, Volkior. That's how I think it's pronounced. It's an odd word. I'm going to be getting mental toughness because it's 10 free spell points just as a feat. My 2 spells will be Cure Light Wounds and Inflict Light Wounds, for the fact that they're the 2 types in the game. Cure Light Wounds is cure, Inflict Light Wounds is damage. But it's actually opposite for undead. Cure hurts and Inflict heals.
Have you actually tested that?
Yes, I have.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Now I'm going to be basing my character off of me somewhat.
Except that he's a drow elf.
Yes. But as best as I can. This will give all you fans out there a relative look at what I look like in real life. Somewhat. Not really at all, but you know. And I will be doing the beginning for all you those beginners out there. Unless you don't want me to, but I think you do, you know. Wink, wink.
Well,
Okay.
most people who are going to be doing this, why wouldn't they be looking it up after they have seen the game and have played it?
Not
Why would...
normally. Because, you know, before I bought another game, I'm just going to call it mine. He knows what I'm talking about.
So do most people who have heard about it.
Not really. That's a pretty, like, vague word. Mine.
It's half of the name of the game. Is it really...
Too many hints.
He's crazy.
But, well, I'm all stopped up. The game is called Mine. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I think they all heard that.
No, they don't hear whispering. Or do they?
See, as you have seen now, he's intelligent, but is crazy. Don't ask how he was both.
Is this Selimas, the cleric you
Yes.
Go solve a math problem.
I already did. That was my breakfast. Yes,
As
my
you
parents
see.
feed me math problems for breakfast. And we read books for dessert. Yum.
He is messing around.
Actually, I'm not. They do give me a book for dessert and say, read 25 pages and then you can be done.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes more if it's on a weekend.
Haha.
I normally just skip 25 pages and said I read it.
Yeah, but how do you know the part of the book that you just skipped?
Because they always give me a book off my shelf. And I've prepared for this. I've actually read every book on my shelves. As you can see, my shelves aren't very big. Well, you can't see it, but Tony knows this. He's been over here. My shelves aren't very big, and there's not a whole wide variety to pick from, so I've already read all of it.
Oh yes, and if you're wondering why I'm named Tony42, I like the number 42 because I watch a movie, and the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42.
If you're wondering why my name is Garret7002, it's mostly because I don't know. Actually, I'm actually going to tell you guys the actual funny story behind my name.
There are more of them up there. Stay alert.
Most of you have probably heard of the game RuneScape. Oh my god, RuneScape, oh my god, 25 new comments underneath. 0 apostrophe or minutes or whatever, RuneScape. So many of you are just going to be commenting about this. I already know it, because RuneScape is such a big game. But, I was playing RuneScape before it was called RuneScape.
Scared of me? Come down and fight.
Yeah, that old. I was playing in the beta. Most of you don't even know it had a beta. But yes, I was playing in the beta, and I actually picked a lot of names for my characters, and the one that ended up working was Garret7002. I had actually tried Garret-1 through Garret7001, and it didn't allow them because they had numbers, but then when I did 7002, the game glitched and allowed it, so I was the only one in the beta with numbers in my name. They later allowed numbers, so I wasn't... they later
Hello.
allowed numbers, so it wasn't special anymore, but you get the idea.
As you heard straight out of his mouth, he is special. Just not anymore.
I'm weary.
I didn't say that. I said my username was special on RuneScape.
Okay, fine, but you still said something about you as special.
No, I never said anything about me, myself.
Get yourself in trouble.
Ah, but it's your username.
Well, shut up.
Out ahead with Jeets.
Ha ha.
Now, I'm just going to give all the rogues and artificers out there a little tip. If you let this guy disable the device, they don't count as traps disabled. Kind of they do, but you don't get the experience for it. But, you know, again, it's not a big thing. You don't really...
Well,
I'm just going to tell
no,
you guys,
you get the experience.
not if they do it.
You don't really want more than one rogue in a party.
Well, what I'm saying
Sometimes
is,
it's a good idea.
if you have more than one rogue in a more than one person sense, then yeah, that's a good idea, because you guys still share the XP. The only thing is, in this, you can let the rogue or you can let this guy Jeets Shimus. I thought it used to be Smiths, but whatever.
No, it was always Jeets.
No, I thought it used to be Jeets Smiths, not Jeets Shimus.
Oh.
But now it's Jeets Shimus. Either way, doesn't really matter. I would let him open that. I would let him undo that trap, because you save a thieves tool, and if you do it, you only get like 20 more experience. You have to understand, and you're gonna level up through the first quest either way, whether you do it or not. And this way, you just get to keep some of your thieves tools, and it's less money to spend.
Well, actually, I had looked at it myself because I had disabled it myself. It's only 24 more experience.
Yeah, so right out of Tony42's mouth, only 24?
24.
Only 24,
Not 42.
yeah, only 24 more experience for it. So it's not really worth it. Also,
You may think it's
those of you who are worried about what I just looted from the chest, you might see that I didn't get anything that I can use. Well, that's mostly because you don't get anything from the chest. I'm gonna get something from her once she decides to walk over here. Also,
Well, you did get the armor.
Little advertisement here. I'm using the XL Naga MMO gaming mouse with the 24 spot mouse wheel and the 12 MMO buttons on the side. Very good for gaming.
Please come speak.
It has his numbers that he can push.
Yeah.
Lets him cast his spells.
Now,
For those of you who didn't understand half of what he just said.
I'm right back.
Trust me, people, I didn't understand what half he just said. And he's been telling me about this mouse for weeks. Okay. He normally doesn't take long when he says he'll be right back.
My sister walked in the room for a second. I need to ask you, should I get the wand or the Ember Heavy Mace? I will not be using the Heavy Mace very long because I will be needing that short sword.
I would get the wand because it is a pretty good long-range weapon. Because it is good against your undead, which I would use it in Hayton's Rest. Those of you who don't know what Hayton's Rest is, it's an undead paradise, basically. Unless you don't let them summon some creatures, which will get you like 200 extra XP each time you do the quest. So I wouldn't let them summon, but if you're wanting to play with undead, you can. Right, Garret7002? Hello? He probably left when we weren't paying attention, viewers. Okay, give him a sec. He should be right back. Probably his sister again. And wow. Give him a sec. Oh yes, and if you play on the server Orion, I have a guild there. Me and him are both owners. He is the successor. I actually bought the guild with turbine points. If you would like an invite, please send a message. We aren't a very high guild level yet, but we shall conquer later on. But just send an invite. Well, we're normally on most of the time.
I'm sorry. My sister is being a pain in the ass right now.
I was telling them about our guild. What name should they send in messages to if they would like in?
What do you mean?
Like, if they would like into our guild, which of our characters should they send messages to?
Most likely Chestnut Rock. Because...
No spaces?
Yeah, Chestnut Rock.
And if you can't spell that, you aren't old enough to play this game.
Chestnut as in the nut. And then
Yum,
the
yum.
word rock. No spaces.
I'm sorry if the people don't like this, but I have gotten on my other character that has money to go buy a short sword for him. That way he'll have some fun, because he likes being up close most of the time.
Sometimes. Not most of the time, but sometimes.
Are they martial weapons?
I believe so, yes. Viewers, we will be right back. It seems we've hit the 14-minute point, so we'll have to start recording again. So we will be right back.
Okay then.